everyone, it's me Leonie, welcome to another video. First off, Happy New Year! So I saw all these people doing these best books of 2015 videos and it wasn't even Christmas yet. And I was like, you could have read the best book of your life in those last 5 days and then it wouldn't have made the list. So that's why I'm bringing you my top 10 best books of 2015 today, on the first day of 2016. I have a list here of my 10 favorite books of 2015. Although I do have to admit that the book that I read in the last 5 days of 2015 did not make the list, but these are the books that I enjoyed the most in 2015, and the last 5 books on this list are books that I count as like actual favorite books. But let's not hold the tension longer and just unfold the list. I was thinking of magically pulling it off, but that didn't work. So there it is, the list of the best books of 2015. Let's just quickly read from this magical list. Coming in at number 10, this is not 10, I watched too many 2-5 Wednesday videos. Coming in at number 10, never mind, fingers. Coming in at number 10 is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. You made the list because you were so incredibly cute. You gave me all the cutesy feels. This was my first Rainbow Rowell book, and I loved all the characters. I fell in love with the writing. A wonderful young adult contemporary that I liked, even though young adult contemporary isn't really my favorite thing, but this one definitely makes the list. Coming in next up at number 9 is The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. This one made the list for being such a wonderful, magical story that just completely sucked me in from the beginning. And I really liked the way the romance was executed. The romance was very, very angsty without ever being annoying and dealing with whiny characters. No, it was just very beautiful. Next up, at number 8, we have The Kiss of Deception by Mary Pearson. This book really surprised me, not just because it has a plot twist that I did not anticipate at all, but also because I really did not expect to like this book as much as I did. This book makes the list for being such a wonderful story that made me feel at home while reading it. One of my favorite things about this book is definitely the main character. Princess Leia definitely made it to the list of my favorite female main characters ever, because she is a strong female character without ever having to kick ass or disregard authority. No, she just does so many respectful things and admirable things in this book that I just really loved. I'm really looking forward to the second book in this trilogy that comes out next year. Actually, it's already out, just not in paperback. Next up, number 7 on this list of best books of 2015 is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. I wasn't the biggest fan of Throne of Glass, but it's like everything I did not like in Throne of Glass, this book didn't have, and everything I missed in Throne of Glass, this book had. It's like the series listened to me, and the entire series just took a U-turn, and suddenly Crown of Midnight was there, and it was amazing. And I really hope that the books that are to be published in the series will get back to the awesomeness that was Crown of Midnight, because this was by far my favorite one out of the entire series. Just smelling this book makes me think of summer, because I read it in summer. Am I the only one that has that? When you read a book in a certain time of the year, just whenever you see the book, or read it, or smell it, or touch it, it reminds you of that time of the year that you read it. Or maybe that's just me being really weird. We're already getting closer to the favorite books, but first, the 6th book on the list is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Aside from the beautiful cover, this book just completely engulfed me. I know this book isn't really anything new or anything groundbreaking, but it was just so freaking enjoyable. And I know that it has a lot of cliches, but this book just made the right decision to be a combination of all the cliches that I love. Things like the main character discovering that she has a special power, X-Men-like abilities, an old wizard kind of man that teaches the main character to use her power, many more tropes that I just really like, and it made a very good decision to not include all those YA cliches that I hate, like love triangles, insta-love, annoying, too stupid to live main characters. It didn't have any of that. Glass Sword is one of my most anticipated releases of 2016, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it and read it with people. Someone read it with me, please. And now, we have gotten to the last 5 books of this list, which just so happen to be the 5 favorite books of this year. First favorite book of this year, and coming in at number 5, is Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge. This book makes a list of favorites because it has one of the most well-executed romances that I have ever read. It is an enemy-turned-love relationship, which is a trope that I really like. It is not insta-love at all. It features 2 characters that both aren't very lovable. None of them are like this super perfect, amazing, super attractive, great person that you're just like, yeah, of course you fall in love with them. No, they're both pretty but this is not a story between the reader and their love for the love interest. No, this is a story of the main character and the love interest and why they fall for each other. And that's something I miss in so many young adult books, and that is a reason why the 2 main characters would even fall for each other. And with this book, you just totally understand why these 2 love each other, and it's so beautiful, and it's just a slow build up, not instant love at all. I loved it, thought it was beautiful. Yes, this book has its flaws, but it made the list for favorites because this romance will always stick with me in my mind, and I need more people to love it because it's underrated. Coming in at number 4 is the Angelval series, actually the Penguin and the End of Day series by Susan E. I actually haven't read the last book yet, so just gonna put that over there. This series, even though I haven't finished it, it already counts as one of my favorite series of all time. This is a paranormal dystopian that just does everything right that all the other paranormal dystopian books do wrong. It will always have a special place in my heart. I reread the first book this year and I still loved it, and that's always a great thing. If you reread a book and you still love it, it's like, I knew it. I have good taste. Then, coming in at number 3 on this list, yes, we're back into the top 3 again. Really though, at this point, I'm just like, I don't know, they're all interchangeable. So coming in at number 3, the Grisha trilogy. Even though I have problems with each of these books, they are still my favorite series because this series just has a few of my favorite characters ever, my favorite villain ever, one of my favorite fictional worlds, one of my favorite fictional magic system. This series does an amazing job at book finales. Just every time the end of the book comes, it's just like so good. And this series will always have a special place in my heart, and I love it so much. And it's a little bit unhealthy how much I like the villain in this story, but that's an whole other story. And then moving on to the second spot on my favorite books of 2015 list, The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. Still haven't read Winter yet. I know, shame. I started this series in summer. I just absolutely love it. One of the greatest things about The Lunar Chronicles is it's like youthful happiness. The romances in this book would almost say that they're a bit childish and juvenile, but they're so cute and heartwarming. And even though this is a story about space battles and robots and lots of death, it always has this underlying tone of like happiness and cuddling and stars and cutesiness that I really enjoy. This series has so many memorable characters that I will forever remember and cherish. And now, for the grand moment, the number one, my favorite book of the year. It's probably not even a surprise, but yeah, let's just get it on with. Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I don't even know what to say. Like, this book has everything. It has amazing characters, it has one of my favorite fictional worlds, an amazing magic system, action-packed plot, so much character development, so much shipping, great romance. Leigh Bardugo never disappoints. And that was it. Those were my favorite books of 2015. I read a ton of other great books this year that I kind of feel bad about it that I didn't mention them. But if you want to see all the books that I read this year, you can go to my Goodreads and you can just quickly scroll through all the books that I read this year. I will have it linked down below and then we can be friends. Let me know what your favorite book of this year was. And I just really hope that 2016 is going to be another amazing book year for me and for you too. Again, happy 2016. I hope you have a great year and I will see you on another day in 2016. Goodbye! It's upside down, alright. I love how this paranormal dystopian is... Oh, that was... It's 1st of January. You're not supposed to do fireworks anymore. The second spot on my favorite list of... No, not my favorite list.